Hello and welcome to another episode of Something Permadeath. Please bear with me while I get my thumbnail set up, and then we'll jump into it. So, Waypoint. Controversial, apparently. And honestly, none of it seems really that bad to me. The only thing that seems bad is actually here in Permadeath, and that has to do with the autosaves, not anything else. Let's see here. Carts. There. So we'll get to that in a bit. I'm just going to mention it because it's my only complaint so far. I mean, aside from just the general bugs and whatnot, but they'll fix them. And hopefully my complaint is something that they just didn't think about, and then it's like, oh yeah, we'll fix that kind of thing, or we'll improve that. Let me get the link shared out. Oh, didn't give the image, give it long enough. So we'll just be going with the other my default background image for Discord. Because once the bad image is in, it's in. Alright. Let's go to one of them. Do a quick audio check. That sounds reasonably good. All right. So, first, let's do the amazing thing. Go in here, options, rename current save. Somethings. Yes, this is my something Permadeath save. Actually, how long can you make that? Something. Dot. Nice. So, yeah. My issue that I have is this. Right now it's my restore point, but in a short period of time, it will end up being overwritten by an autosave, which means when you're building, you don't have a safety net to go back on if you make a mistake or whatever. But that's only in Permadeath. Everywhere else still has 2 saves. Granted, one of them is going to be the automatic save, so you don't get 2 viable saves, but I've been doing that in Permadeath forever, so who cares? Deal with it. I don't have a backup save anymore, so I'm gonna give it a little bit before I keep working on my freighter, because I hold on. I want to see if they fix something, or not fix, update that to either give us a way to disable the autosave or make it so that Permadeath has 2 saves like everyone else. Or give Permadeath 2 saves and everyone else 3 saves. I don't care. Doesn't matter. But yeah, right there, auto. And I don't know if there's a difference. Like, I don't know if I just stay inside, whether it won't trigger or not. But I think certain things trigger it, and I think like building a part triggers it. No. So building a part doesn't trigger it, because I was playing around with it earlier and I thought that might have, but either way, I know it triggers even if you're inside. Pretty sure, because I did that. Well, was it inside or outside earlier? Alright, so if you're inside, does it ever actually trigger? That's not something I want to just sit around doing on stream. So let's start taking a look at what we got. Well, we have my multi-tool. And I can expand this now, so I might actually add in the bowcaster. I have my starship. Why did it... Oh, that was idiotic. Hello Games. Alright, let's see which one of these is better. So... Um... 208, 210, 216, 200, 245. So, get rid of that. It's that for now. And all right, so which one of these S classes? Oh no, they're all the same, aren't they? All right. So let's just switch one of those with the regular shield. All right. Now let's put that there. And let's put that there for now. Or no, let's put the launch thruster there. Alright, so phase beam, conflict scanner. Don't really care about that at the moment. So those are the shields that weren't as good. Hey Sin, how's it going? Just trying to get my ship sorted out a little bit here. Wasn't a huge loss. I had just finished upgrading some stuff, so Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they gave me 2 free slots because I only would have had 21 initially. I appreciate it, but this is one that I'm trying to do myself, and I'd like to continue doing it for myself. I appreciate the offer, though, Sin. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the additional challenge of stuff. The only thing, my biggest issue, and it's something that I hope is what is unintended, is the fact that there's only a single restore point here in Permadeath, which has always been the case, but it gets wiped out with the autosaves, so that you don't really have a safety net when you're building. I know, which that was going to be one of the next things I looked at. All right, so scanner. So I think the thing is, though, is that most of the things that make it quote unquote harder are just adding to the grind, not actually really making it harder. Like scanner recharge takes longer. Yeah, that can make things a little bit harder at the very beginning, when you're trying to like look for sodium or something like that. But once you've got a little bit of something built up, that's much less of an issue. Enemy strength, I can turn that up. Challenging. All those were already maxed just because of permadeath. Goods availability, scarce. Was that the way it is initially anyway? Because I've never noticed anything difficult about finding goods. Uh, Purchases being expensive, like I said, that just makes it more grindy. Fuel use is expensive. That's always been the case, so I'm just going to leave it go. And again, this is just making it grindy. There are presets at the top. Yeah. Of course, I can't change it because it's just permadeath. I can only change the things within the realm here. So I was hoping for the ability to make it harder or more challenging without making it more grindy. I'd actually consider this. Let's check it out. See how much more expensive things get. And this is the thing that's actually always bothered me about permadeath that's been annoying is the scanner recharge. So I'm just going to leave it where it is. Apply. Yep. Autosave. Wiped it out. Maybe they'll be adding more. Hopefully. And it would be nice if you could add additional challenges like formerly no starter ship, formerly no starter multi-tool, like select and deselect certain technologies that you don't want to or have access to. Like say, for example, if you didn't want to be able to access a hyperdrive, then no ships would have hyperdrives and you couldn't, you know, research the hyperdrive, for example. All right, so Technology blueprints. 221 out of 295. Oh, that's technology blueprints, not building parts. So I'm missing 3, and I'm pretty sure they're just Quicksilver ones. You agree that just updating integer values only ends up in grindy experiences and not much of a challenge? You rarely use the hyperdrive in your ship because freighter warp has far superior. Well, yeah. So I get what you're saying. I like using my ship's hyperdrive just for quick little hops. Um, Less so now that they have um, the what is it the scanner room on the freighter. Uh, because usually when I'm warping around, it's because I'm looking for certain planets or something like that, and it's a lot easier to do that in the freighter now. But yeah. All right, so got the ship almost squared away. So do I want to go with thrusters or do I want to upgrade the phase beam? Let's go with the thrusters. So just put the phase beam. Wait, where's my base phase beam? Those are just upgrades. There it is. So let's move. Let's 87. I don't really do it for the damage. Let's pack that one up for now. Put you there. And oh, those are launch thrusters. Did I have any pulse engine upgrades yet? Yeah, there we go. Three, 336, 943, 336, 336. All right. So let's put the launch thruster stuff in there. Wait, do I have the recharger? So efficient. Did I not get the recharger yet? But yeah, as far as using the hyperdrive go, it was mostly quick hops and stuff like that. So I agree, definitely using the freighter is a better way to do that. I guess what I was saying about not having the hyperdrive was not having access to any hyperdrive. If you wanted to do a challenge where you're not leaving the starter system kind of thing, and maybe have the ability to set up quote unquote win conditions. Like I don't know. I know that's a big ask. Interesting that they made it like an actual kind of oxygen molecule or atom. Not a molecule because it's not 2 oxygens, but it's looks like it could be 8 protons and 8 neutrons with apparently 6 electrons. Weird, unless there's one in the front and back. So that would be 8. Because I'm pretty sure oxygen is number 8 on the periodic table. Could definitely be wrong there. All right. So, right. So for the exosuit, what is going to be my most critical? It's actually kind of interesting the way that... So this is what I had in there initially. None of this base tech was in there. So they just added the base tech. Well, I don't think I'm going to need the hazard right now. Wait, hold on. No, I'm good. Let me just package this real quick to give myself the ability to move things around. So let's put that there, that there, 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 there. Oh, no, hold on. There. I think. Oh, no, hold on. I know. These will go there because there's no... There we go. And those are still 10s. And then these are... Okay. So half of these I can get rid of now. Not going to be necessary. That's not necessary. But what I want to do now is I want to go get some nav data. I have 40. Did I do my normal thing up here with the nav data? Apparently not. Not a big ask. Well, no, so what I meant by a big ask is that something that you can set your own win conditions and tech tree availability and stuff like that. It's a big ask from a programming sense, I think. I think it's a lot... It would change the base stats of the game, or the base mechanics of the game, way more than an update normally would for a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And I just don't know that enough people would really want to get into it. I know there are people that do that and really enjoy it, creating their own challenges and stuff. I do the same thing. I'm in the midst of one of my own personal challenges right now, which is basically what I described earlier. So I did a no starter multi-tool challenge, but I limited myself to crashed ships. So finding an archive and buying a ship was not permitted. So I had to find a crash ship. I had to get the crash ship off the ground, and now that it's off the ground, I'm not allowed to leave the starter system. I did cherry pick the system in advance, so it's an all biome system. But it would allow more players to get what they want without their what they want out of their time. This update did well at some of that, but needs improvement. Well, I think, yeah, and I think to parrot what Enver Silver and some other people were saying earlier, is that this is 4.0, right? This is the update that's going to lay the groundwork for additional updates to be built on. They may add additional things that in the difficulty settings here, introducing 5 new difficulty settings, where they add like 5 different things that you can vary for the difficulty level. All right. I am never going to be going to my activated Indian farm again, though, because it's worthless now. I don't care. I'll eventually delete it if I ever need base parts, but I didn't like running the activated Indian farm to begin with. All right, so let's go up to the space station and let's get us some maps for drop pods. Now that Switch specs have to be in the scope of the game going forward, are you concerned that will affect you as a Permadeath builder? Effect is actually correct word. Cause an effect, I think. Not really. Honestly, the only thing that as a Permadeath glitch builder, or just glitch builder in general, as long as you can do the glitch building, which Beeblebum already showed you can do on Switch, and they don't completely change everything building-wise to get rid of glitch building, which I don't think they will. At least not intentionally. I'm not really concerned about the Switch affecting me at all. Honestly, the thing that I'm most concerned about right now has nothing to do with the Switch and has everything to do with this autosave. Now, you could argue that they added the autosave stuff largely because of the Switch. But the thing is something like this, the autosave, is something that people have been wanting for a long time anyway. I've wanted it. Some ability to save my game without needing a save point. And a lot of that's because of those challenges. Because when you're doing no starter ship, no starter multi-tool, and you're not doing it speed running it so that if you don't find a ship in the first 10 minutes, you're giving up and just keep reloading, then you can go a long time without running into a building, which is the only place that you can save before you find a ship. So a little bit stressful, and I'm glad that they added it. I just wish that you either have the ability to turn it on or off, or they gave Permadeath a second save so that you could have the auto save and then you could have the restore point. Because you see, the one from my ship is already gone. Because when you get out of your ship, I'm pretty sure it says restore point. I think. Yeah. So, and the reason I want that is because I don't really want to build without a safety net. Meaning, if I get, like last week or Monday when I was building on my freighter, I got a part into the ceiling of a room that was nearly finished that I couldn't delete. So I just went back and I reloaded my save. If I don't have the ability to do that, to get that part out that I didn't want there, I'd have to redo that entire room, which is stupid, in my opinion. Or make it so that auto saves. Oh, actually, because I could see them wanting to have the autosave there as a thing where you need to be careful with what you do. There is no going back. So if you make a bad decision at a manufacturing facility, you can't reload to cheese it, or whatever. But I think so if they wanted to do that, something like that, that's fine. And I don't know that was anywhere near their minds when they were creating this. But if the autosave just didn't trigger when you were inside, that would solve all the problems, because all you need to do is make a building room and then be careful about not going outside if you need to be continuing to have that save. So that would be another way to do it. Have another save slot, a way to disable autosaves, or make it so that the autosave doesn't trigger when you're inside. Those are 3 possible ways to do it, and I'm just spitballing here after only playing this update for a few hours maybe before starting the stream. So sorry about that. Manual saves should be permitted on the save beacon. Does that just take the next restore point slot? Well, so in Permadeath, there's only one restore point slot. So whether it's getting out of your ship, whether it is using a save beacon, a save point, or this new autosave, this one thing right here is all I've got. In normal mode, in every other game mode, you have 2. So the autosave is only ever going to take up one of them. And yes, it becomes the most recent. The restore point, like if you jump out of your ship and then you immediately do hit a save point, you'll have 2 restore points, but yes. Yes, it overwrites, but yeah, I only have the one save. So the autosave right here, when I jumped out of my ship, it said restore point. Now it says autosave. So I've been running around just in the space station for a few minutes, not really doing anything, and it's autosaved. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Just not when I'm building. I need a safety net. I don't save anywhere near as much as other people do, but upgrade exosuit chart. Oh, wow. Those are expensive. I wonder if that... So I'm curious here. So if I go to difficulty settings and purchases standard, apply. Are they still 3? Yeah, they're still 3. So that doesn't affect that. All right, so let's get a bunch. So I have what, 41, so I should be able to get, 12, 13, something like that. All right. Let's go get some slots for my exosuit. And making sure I am on the good planet. Not that one. Not that one. Forgot that planet was there. But I think it has predators or something. Where is my... Okay, so not that one. Where is it? Oh, there we are. Barren planet. Actually, let's go to the settlement. We'll start from there. I mean, when I first heard about or saw that the general inventory now couldn't hold, or the general inventory was gone and it was just cargo, so that you couldn't put upgrades in it, I was concerned because I had heard something saying about, oh, you're going to need to make decisions about what you install now and stuff like that. And so my mind went to, oh no, this is going to become a kitting out game where you constantly have to be changing your loadouts around for the situation. I hate those kinds of games. I just want to be able to play the game. It's actually kind of one of the reasons I gave up on Forbidden West, is because it was just got too boring, too tedious with all the different weapons that you constantly had to be changing around. And just didn't enjoy it. So here comes my first Sentinel combat with stronger enemies. Yeah, they are tougher to kill. Take about twice the number of hits. Where is you is? Because this is where you is ain't. There we go. Oh yeah. So that's what I was getting at. That was my concern initially, about having to kit out and stuff. But then I was like, oh wait, we have 60 tech slots available. That's way more than I will ever need. So, and I do like the damaging the technology when you take damage. I think that's a neat add, personally, because you can always take fall damage, and you can always damage your equipment. So it makes it feel like, you got to keep being careful if you don't want to have to deal with fixing it. Now, is fixing it a big deal? Not really, but all right. Oh yeah, I need to trigger that map. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to fly, aren't I? This isn't gonna be close. I mean, if it is close, that's cool. But this is taking the place of, yeah. This isn't a flying around. This isn't a walking around thing. This is a flying around thing. I mean, and it's not just, as far as I'm aware, it's also for your ship and stuff like that. So just sitting and taking damage because you can absorb it isn't necessarily a good thing. Now, I don't know when the damage is triggered on your ship. Like, if it's not triggered until you get through your shields, or if it's a chance of it happening immediately. Like, oh, your shields took a particularly bad hit, they overloaded, and, well, you lost one of your upgrades to your shields. Would suck if it happened, but I think it's kind of neat. And rarely do you get into fights that it's so bad that you need everything you got. At least in my experience. View construction opportunity. Prove the only thing I can. So where is it? Is it over here? I mean, I'm a little sad about that losing that little bit of jetpack, but well, it's actually not a little bit of jetpack; it's a fair amount. But they made the jetpack stronger too, so 80 pure ferrite. Oh, that's the thing that's gonna bother me initially. That's gonna be probably the first thing I add here. Is the personal refiner. Actually, hold on. I should have some in my freighter. My freighter's just not here. What am I doing? So this will be nice. I mean, I generally was of the opinion that we have too much storage anyway. So I'm not super stoked about having even more. But let's see here. Where was that personal refiner? Or small portable refiner? All right. There we go. And how long is this? 20 minutes. So maybe we'll come back here after a bit. So, and I'm hoping that like the one real concern that I have with the autosave thing, I'm hoping that's just something that they, oh yeah, we weren't really thinking about that, and they fix it in upcoming patches, you know. Because I'm loath to continue my freighter working on anything that's a decorative build, because structurally I'm not too worried. I don't usually accidentally delete stuff, and I don't usually do stuff where I need to really worry about doing a lot of saving outside of the game crashing, and then there the autosave helps. I mean, actually, when I first heard about the autosave, I was like, oh, finally, some protection against all the darn crashes. Ah, I forgot to get resources. Alright, so you need sodium nitrate, carbon nanotubes, and antimatter housings. So, for the antimatter housings, where'd it go? There we go. And how much do they cost to build? Let's just, so I have 13 maps. This just makes 13 of them. Let's do 13 of those. And I should have an abundance of sodium nitrate. Oh, wait, can't I stack? I thought I could stack those. Or do they have to have the exact same name for you to stack them? So I'm misunderstanding something? Hmm. Okay, so do that, and now, wait, nope. Where is it? There it is. There's my personal refiner. Okay. Once you have the full complement of technology in your exosuit, you'll be able to build. Yeah. Don't forget the food storage, base freighter storage, multi-tool, and even exosuit were all adjusted. Yeah. I, I don't plan on taking advantage of most of that aside from the stuff that I don't have a choice but to take advantage of. Like, I'll be upgrading the freighter tech, um, and probably the freighter slots, because I think it makes sense that you'd have a lot of storage on your freighter. I mean, it's a big frickin' ship. And it does make sense that, your storage units along with the freighter would be big as well. But to go from what was the storage container before? It was 5, so it was 20, and now they're 100, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they're 50. So it went from 20 to 50, and it looks like it can be expanded, but they always looked like they could be expanded. So who knows? It's just it just is, it's mind-boggling how much storage space we have. I mean, it was mind-boggling to me how much storage space we had already, and people wanted more. I'm like, dude, I play on Permadeath and I don't use all of my storage. And there you only have limited stack sizes. Oh, that was the other thing. I was thinking that they might have done with the difficulty thing when they talked about the stack size, inventory stack size. Wait, why is it restricted, and why can't I go to harsh? Or is this something you can only change at the very beginning? So if I'm on restricted and harsh is even harder, whew, that's interesting. That I'd like to play with. Because one of the things I do enjoy about the game, early and to some extent late, it gets a little bit more tedious late game, but it is the inventory management. You think it can only be changed on a new PD save? Yeah, I think you're right, because if it's one of those things where if you don't have enough stacks available, they don't want you to lose materials to be able to go down to that limited inventory size. All right, so I'm just running around talking here, not actually doing what I was saying I was going to do. So let's do another map. Well, that one's close. That one's right next door. I'm just going to run over there. Actually, let's check this out, because this is going to be cool. There's tech slots and cargo slots now. And there's so many. I mean, I'm guessing you won't be able to upgrade them to add more, but still. I mean, this is a motorcycle, for crying out loud. Pretty sure running is still faster at the moment. I missed something in there. There's so much storage with how it is now. It's crazy. If I had to estimate, essentially HD gave us 2.5 times the storage for each save. On Permadeath, I would assume you would use the exocrafts due to their ability to gather a hold and mobility with hazard protection. Nice thought, but not really. I never really, except for very early game, and I haven't even done it recently, I would sometimes unlock the Goliath very early game so that I could go, like, bone digging for longer. Something like that. Come on. Didn't I build... They're in my ship. Get those out of my ship and into my exosuit. That's actually kind of nice, how clean that is now. This I like. instead of having like a list that's ridiculously long, now there's a list of 2 things. Oh, I forgot to double check. Okay. None of that got changed. Sorry. So now that I'm in a safer spot, let's see if I can read the rest of this. You think that... I think that can only be changed... Yeah, saw that. Alright. Plan on using your exocraft in your new Permadeath or PS run. Permadeath or PlayStation, not sure. Specifically because they can be tuned to make that easier for you. Gives them more necessity than in a normal save. PD. All right, yeah. So I used to like go get the salvage data right away to unlock the Goliath, and I'd use it as a wallet. I wouldn't use it for transporting myself, but I'd just like for going and digging up bones early game. Like, because I had a system where in my starter system, Ancient Bones had Ancient Bones, right? Lucky, yeah, it was fun, but because of that, I was able to earn a fair amount of money just running around and digging up bones, but I wanted something to be able to put them in because you don't have much exosuit space early game, of course, so don't want to forget that. So yeah, that's why I got it, was primarily for the bones, which you can't stack. Your point is that they've been updated and the tech is separate from the cargo. Oh yeah, I agree. They have a lot more utility now. You can use them as storage. You can use even the smaller ones as storage, rather than needing to use just the big ones, or decide, oh, I'm just going to use it for storage, but I'm not going to actually use it because that takes up text, the inventory slots. There's a lot more options now. We have a lot, and everybody can choose their own playstyle. So if you like the exocraft, just because you think it's cool, you can go ahead and use them. I kind of like the exocraft. I wish they had more innate, or not innate, because it's going to be next to impossible to compete with the ship as far as speed. The ability to use your visor or something like that while inside the ship would be nice. So let's land. But no, I completely agree. I wish there was areas on planets, like more dense Sentinel controlled areas, that you couldn't land your ship in because for whatever reason, whether it's you can try, but you'll probably get blown out of the air because of all the automatic anti-aircraft guns or something like that. I don't know. So you have to take the exocraft in deeper in, and then you'll have to take the exocraft to get it out. So let me see here. Grab that. Anything else on the walls here? So, alright, let's read this. Strange symbols pulse urgently on the terminal display. Flashing lights and loud siren appear to relate the facility's nuclear power core. A message prints out on the display. Okay, I can't read that at all. The automated safety systems have failed. Something must have been damaged as I initiate the facility. Let's do the radiation dampening field. Looks like it worked. The wail of the alarm system fades, and the temperature readings slowly decay back to normal levels. Disaster has been averted, and the facility's production line returns to normal. More operations have resumed, and I don't need the recipe. I don't really. Then it'll give me pittance and nanites. Let's get the expansion slot. Perfect. Nice little find there. You'd like to see faction rewards improve or ladders. It would be nice to see faction fighting in the system like the conflict scanner shows. Sentinels taking planets or systems back would be cool. I have mixed feelings on that. I think it would add something to the game, but also it's one of those things where the different factions aren't really at war. The closest ones to being at war would be the Vy'keen with the Sentinels. And everybody else just kind of either worships or avoids the Sentinels. But I mean, they could change the story and that'd be fine too. I think the issue that I'd have with it from a playing the game point of view, with immersion at least, is that you wouldn't want the system that you have to all of a sudden change in conflict level, so things would end up being static, right? So you'd come to a system where they're always in battle for that, which I guess, since you mentioned it being a simulation, yeah, it could be. You could be justified. It just doesn't seem like, oh, there is eternal battle in this system. Nobody is ever going to win, ever going to lose. You can contribute to it in no way, because everyone who goes to that system has to have the same experience. Unless they're going to force the game to be 100% online, in which case, sure, you could say that things are constantly changing, constantly updating, and things that you do are immediately affect everyone else. Because you wouldn't want, Sin goes in and fights for the Vy'keen, Kale goes in and fights for the Gek. They both win, and then they synchronize with the servers, and whoever did it first gets it, and whoever did it second gets screwed. I don't know. Or one takes it and then immediately the other blows it away. I don't enjoy games like that where you have to constantly fight for your own territory and stuff like that. So I wouldn't want to see No Man's Sky become like that. I don't think that's what you're talking about, but I don't know. I think there's a way that HG could do it to have a more tense feel when you want it. But I mean, as far as I know, the whole conflict level in the system has only to do with pirates. Does not have anything to do with factions fighting. Oh no, that's right. I already used one. I was just flying around, looking to see if I could see buildings. And let's go. These are simulation aspects that you wish would improve. More, maybe pirating could be expanded on. These systems already exist, but the few tweaks make them more immersive. Yeah. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I mean, there's so much of No Man's Sky that it's a huge game with a lot of different aspects, but very few of those aspects have a lot of polish to them. I mean, the one aspect that has probably the most polish to it is base building. And honestly, a lot of that comes from the community just figuring out how to do stuff, not because the building system itself has any innate level of polish to it. My opinion, though. All right, so what do I want to put in those? Let's put those there. Actually, we'll leave them there. Because I just figured out what I want to put there. Where is it? I want to put the gauntlet in. It's the one there, the hazmat gauntlet. And isn't there shield lattice? That's hazard protection, isn't it? Yeah, it's hazard protection. I thought there was an additional shield tech. I guess I was just being crazy. There's no additional shield tech. So then hazmat gauntlet can wait. And we'll put... Where is it? Oh, come on. The oxygen recycler in. And I'm going to see which ones of these are the best. The ones that were in there should have already been the best. Yeah. I'm going to say that those ones were... The ones that were in there were already the best. So now I'm just going to... Oh, you can still break them? That's actually kind of nice. So you can sell them for a pittance of nanites, or you can break them for materials. Oh no, you have to... Oh. No, you have to reinstall it first. Then you can break it. Yeah. Okay. Oop, shouldn't have broken that one. Whatever. An extra 3% is not that much. Not that big of a deal. Alright, now... Huh? And get rid of. So those are my underwater. That's the airburst engine. So let me move that. Alright, so these are things... Oop, that was weird. That I need to reinstall. Where'd it go? Is that not... So, is the oxygen router not part of life support? Alright, so these three are jetpack. have 3 batteries? I should have had like a ton of batteries and a ton of life support gel. I still have the life support gel. Alright, so let's go to survival. There we go. Batteries. No, it's hazard protection. Makes no sense. With the icon, yeah. Makes no sense at all. Alright. What am I doing? I keep missing. There. Alright, so I need to make room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, a row and a half. Was talking about to another player about that yesterday, in fact. Let's see here. Did I? No, I didn't yet. Let's trigger map. I mean, I've only been playing for on this save an hour and a half, and I've pretty much feel that I'm about where I was before the update. I mean, am I not quite as OP as I was before? Sure, but I'm okay with that. I just still run into things and it doesn't do anything to me, so who cares? And in a few more minutes, when I finish upgrading my exosuit, I'll be pretty much... And when I say finish, I literally mean just the tech slots I need. I have no interest in grinding out the remaining storage for the exosuit. I'll grind some out for the tech stuff, some tech slots for my ship. Do a few, get some augments, but beyond that, maybe do a few manufacturing centers to get multi-tool slots to install bolt caster stuff just for grins. But I mean, people were losing their minds. About having to start over or whatever. Or that everything all their hard work was trashed. And I mean, I guess if you had a fully maxed out ship where every general inventory slot was taken up with tech and you were really happy and proud about that, well then yeah, I guess your hard work was kind of messed up to some extent, but really only in temporarily, and only in that you can't have more than 3 of any one type of upgrade. Where was that archive? I wanted to go to the archive. Where'd it go? Am I carrying anything? Okay, I'm good. Because actually, that was one thing that I would think I want to add is the cargo scanner blocker thingamajigger. Because everything is cargo now. So it's going to protect your entire inventory, not just the stuff in cargo, because, well, everything is in cargo. Or, I mean, at least your entire ship's inventory. I'm assuming it doesn't do anything for your personal exosuit inventory. Alright. Come on. Alright. Now. Only 6 minutes away. There's a building right there. Oh, it's just one of those. What do we got? Waypoint? Minor settlement. I don't think this is a good economy, though. It's sustainable. So you can buy the charts here, too, with units. Interesting. That is ugly beyond all belief. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want the scanner to be even slower than this. Don't need that. There's something. Not sure why I'm landing. Just because I can, because there's a... Nothing in here. Data. Because you don't burn launch fuel when you take off from one of these things. All right. Go for the drop pod. I was just doing this in my challenge save. And I'll be back at it again. Because the goal of the challenge save is to max myself out. Alright. I'll just put it there. Actually, no. Let's... Airburst engine pack. That's far more important. And let's rearrange that like that. Did I get this yet? Not sure. Can't remember. Apparently I already did. A minute away. The adding these as mini missions was a good idea. Because it was always frustrating the feeling if you get there, you got to try to find the resources right in the area, which frankly isn't that hard. But, you know. If it did happen to be early game, and you didn't have stuff yet. Okay. And I'm definitely going to want to rearrange this stuff later. Like this, I want to put up in the corner. That's about it. I'm not a big fan of the scrolling thing, though. Doesn't always seem to... I think it's just a getting used to it thing. But... Drop pod detected. Let's fly to space. Actually, I'm gonna move that like that. And actually, like that. Oh yeah, I thought that had... No, I wanted it the other way around. Because this actually has percentage stuffs to it. This is just a static effect, as far as I'm aware. So my S-Class upgrades for water protection, the Sentinel upgrades, and the... Oh, yeah, I won't be able to... Those... Just might as well drop them. Because those are just more of these. So really all I need is 6 more. 7 more. That's kind of funny. I'm going to have my exosuit maxed out effectively. Now that I actually have more slots available and I'm not taking up inventory slots to do it, I might actually add some of the other hazard protections in here. I don't know that it's strictly necessary, but I might do it anyway. Might. I've never really used them before, so meh. Oh, cryo pump. From, yeah. So yeah, then it's just a ship. Once we're done here. Let me check this out. Health restored. Don't really want to take damage because I don't want to break something. Ah, heck with it. Oh, yep. Still need 2 slots. Right. And I don't think I'm carrying meat. Minor settlement just over there. So let's go to the minor settlement first. what happens when you're not careful. Oh wait, and then there's an archive right there too. Or is that what I saw and I just thought it was a minor settlement? No, there's a minor settlement and an archive and 2 drop pods right here. Nice. Nav data. Let's buy some more maps. Purchase components. Nope, they don't have any maps for sale. They do have nav data though. Grab that. C-class. Of course, it's not going to be better than A. Oh, no, satisfactory is a T2, so it could be an S. It's just not likely. Alright, archive. Is the jetpack recharging faster than it used to? Seems to be. Did I, like, have that set weird for difficulty or something? Scanner recharge. But yeah, you don't really want to let your life support run out anymore and just do it after you take damage because you damage your components doing that. Which is, I don't know, just is different. It's not good or bad. I could see arguments for either. Purchase components. Let's buy that map. I still don't know what you're supposed to do with this trade envoy. No clue. Accept the gift. Ooh, 3 life support gels. Fancy. Alright. We went to a minor settlement and an archive. Okay, Pilgrim, 3 hours away, not like right there. I was like, oh no, I'm not like going back to when I was already at, am I? Alright. Alright, so let's just hoof it. And I think what I'm gonna do is instead of scanning for another one, I'm gonna head back to my base. I'm going to take advantage of the health stations. And then I'm going to call it. Because I have other stuff I need to do today, unfortunately. Because I was fairly far behind on my mowing. Because of doing things over the weekends, and then rain, and then, yeah. Might need to actually go get some gas, too. Oh. Before I do that, though, let's head back and take care of that one thing at the settlement. Because the next thing is definitely ready. It's been more than 20 minutes. So do that. And then go back to main base. Oh wait, I had nav data in here. All right, no, that's not necessarily nav data because I didn't make sure that it was nav data. And is that because the chair? All right, so that's one. Let's wait for it to recharge. And then there. Hmm. There we go. So, Sin, thank you so much for joining today. You helped keep things interesting for me. Much more enjoyable when you have somebody to chat with. Any lurkers in there that are out there, thank you for lurking. Appreciate it. And everyone have a great day, and hope you're enjoying No Man's Sky Waypoint version 4.0. Until next time, later.